All right, D-line. Today we're going to talk about our dog pounds, what we call them here at St. Mary's Riken. Defensive line obviously is the lifeblood of our defense. They got to play hard every play. They bring the energy to our defense. We're going to run through some of the stuff that they do within our 3-4 defense. So it's going to be all about the D-line in this session. So philosophy-wise, you know, obviously the most physically demanding position on the field. If they play 4 plays, they're going to be gassed. If they're playing at the right level and right energy. We're going to play, 6 to 8 guys a game. If you look at the D-line being our end, our nose, and our tackle, the 3 down line guys in the 3-4, we're going to play at least 6, if not 8, 9 guys in those positions during the football game to keep them rested. Every single play they're going to be in there fighting. They're lined up on somebody every play. A lot of other players, they're going to be in space. They're not face-to-face with somebody on the snap of the football. So one of the biggest things we always talk about with our D-line is number 3, is it's not about talent. It's about doing your job, being in the right gap. You can take a great first step. You can have your hand placement correct. You can play with great leverage. You can win in the weight room in the off-season. You can be a great D lineman at the high school football level. There's no doubt about that. And this group, definitely, we want them to control the intensity, but they bring the energy to the field for our defense as far as that goes. We're going to talk first about stance. So the first thing when we talk about stance is we want to get our hand as close to the football as we can. You've probably heard credit card alignment. We want to be close to that football, put pressure on the offensive line as best we can. All right, we put our hand close to the football so we can put our helmet right behind our hand. Okay, we want to have a narrow stance, almost like a sprinter. In our defense, a lot of times we are moving moving laterally on the snap of the football to our left or to our right. If our feet are close together, in our opinion, right, we're able to move better and change direction better, have a better base if our feet are closer together at the beginning. So we're going to have a narrow stance. We want our feet underneath our armpits. We're going to be either toe to heel or 6 inches behind as we get started with our young guys. We want to make sure that when we're down on that front hand, I'm going to show you a couple pictures here. We want to make sure that we have our weight going forward. And if we kick your hand out from your stance, once you're in your stance, you should fall down onto your face. Okay, so we want to have definitely a forward lean, butt up in the air, and be ready to come off the football. Our offhand is ready to strike because we want to be able to attack our key on the snap of the football. If we're just firing out, we basically have 3 different kinds of takeoffs for our D-line. We're going to have a takeoff, which is a vertical takeoff, getting up the field, attacking their gap, and reading their key in front of them. That's where it all starts for us. The second key is going to be, we're going to do a lateral lead, which is a lateral step on a 45-degree angle. Okay, we're going to step, for example, to our left. Our second step, we're going to try and get our toe going vertical up the field, and we're going to rip that gap. Now, when you're moving, obviously the opposite line moves as well. So we got to be able to react to those keys. And we'll do a lot of drills with that. And the third thing we're going to do is going to be an aggressive attack on the O-lineman, but now we're going to hit and read, okay, or 2 gap the guy in front of us. So there's 3 different kinds of takeoffs for our guys as far as that goes. Okay, proper stance. Here's a great look at somebody in a really good stance. You can see they have a great flat back, their butt's up in the air, okay. You also talk about everything going straight ahead, okay, from your ankle to your knee to your hips. Everything is going straight ahead, and your shoulders. You see kids get kind of cockeyed sometimes a little bit or turn to the side in their stance. We want to start our guys in the beginning at least with a straight ahead look. So they're getting a great first step. Their foot should almost replace their down hand, okay? We're getting 2 feet in the ground and we're attacking up the field with our stance. Okay, here's a look at it, okay? You got 2 guys here. You can see their offhand is ready to go. It's out in front of them. They got most of their weight, probably 78% of their weight is on their front hand. Okay, you can see they don't have a lot of distance in their feet as far as like either between their feet or behind. Okay, these guys have almost a toe to heel relationship. As you look at the screen, toe to heel, maybe a little bit farther back. Okay, but his butt is up, eyes are up, and he's ready to spring, almost like a coil, spring out of that stance and attack the offensive lineman. Okay, they're going to switch. This is a good little drill here. You start on one side. They used to be in this stance. Start on one side, switch over. Okay, get down in the stance, switch your hands. Okay, you can see that right there. Okay. Now, once they're in their stance, you're going to see them switch. So they turn around, they get the right hand down. Now they're putting the left hand down, switching their feet, getting used to being comfortable in both of those alignments, okay? Here's a 6-point get off. So you're going to start, you have 6 points of your body touching the ground. So you have your toes on the back right here. Okay, you got your knees, and then the palm of your hands. The idea here is to teach these guys to come out low and hard and play with great leverage. Okay, so let's watch the drill here. Okay, you see them come out low and hard. Great drill to start teaching that. Keep their eyes up, but I don't want to see their numbers. See how their numbers are down? They're not showing their chest, not giving that bullseye on their chest to the offensive lineman. Okay, one leg get off. Okay, you got one leg up in the air, as you can see right here. Okay, you're working on balance. It's the same leg as the hand that's down. We're working on propelling ourselves off the line of scrimmage again. Take a look at this. Nice. Really good by number 8 on the edge here. You get the idea, okay, what we're trying to accomplish there. Now, the one thing we don't want to do if you watch 88, we don't want to put our foot back down where it was. If you watch number 8, we want to get our foot back to where our hand was. That was excellent by him. Okay, some get off drills. Obviously, we do these every day. It's part of, we have everyday drills for all our positions. We've talked about that before, but it's something we'll talk about with each position as we go through our clinic. But you want to be able to get off the football as fast as you can. Hair, trigger, we're gone, right? You can see they're using a football here. You should always use something as a football. Don't use voice command. You want the D-line to get used to responding to a movement of a football and not voice command, which can draw you off sides in a game. All right? You can see the get off here. All 4 of these guys, as soon as that ball moves, they're gone. Look how fast they are. You can see they have great leverage. Look at their first step. They're replacing their hand for the most part. They're all getting a great first step into their gap. Okay, we use the asker principle for our D-line and then for all of our defense positions. So what that basically stands for is alignment, stance, keys, and responsibilities. So when you get lined up, the first thing is going to be, okay, asker, what's my alignment? Okay, if we're in an Okie look, I got to know where I'm lining up. Am I in a 4 or 4-eye? Is it a 5? Depending on the call and situation. If I was a D-end or a tackle, what is my stance? It's pretty easy for the D-line usually. Okay, they're going to be in a 3-point stance. Maybe there's a situation where a nose guard will be in a 4-point. I don't know. Sometimes our guys stand up. If we're in a certain nickel D call or something like that, that could happen. But what's my stance? What's most important here for the D-line, number one, I mean, obviously is alignment. We got to line up correctly for our defense to work. Everybody, there's a reason you line up in a 4 or a 4 or a 5 or a 0. Okay. Our key. So our key initially is going to be the guy we're lined up on. But if we're moving, which in our defense we move a lot, so we're a 3-4 and we're going to move and we're going to attack the offensive line. As we move, they move. Our key can change. So I may line from the nose guard, I line up in a 0. I'm on the center, okay, and I'm moving to my left. But if the center's going right, my key now becomes that guard. Right, so we got to work those keys all the time. That's part of what we do every day in practice and all of our everydays. Even in the off season, you're working these movements and reactions without pads every day. Okay, so what's my key doing? And then based on my key, what's my job? Right? What's my gap responsibility? We have different stunts, blitzes, within our defense. So you got to understand when we change the call, what's that do to my job? If all of a sudden I'm a nose guard, but I got C-gap on pass, I'm looping for contain, now it means I have a different job. I have contain on pass now. I don't have a 2-way go inside. Okay? These are all things we got to know. And the base thing we tell our kids, on every play, 3 things happen. It's either run to me, okay, run away from me, or it's a pass. I have to understand what my job is on all 3 of those. How do I fit into the game? If I'm behind the play, am I chasing the play flat? Am I getting up the field for contain? Am I sitting and waiting for something coming back or cut back? If it's run to me, am I going to spill the play and wrong arm it? Or am I going to hard join it and keep it inside of me? Okay, and the third thing will be then pass. And what's my pass rush lane? Or am I dropping in this coverage? You know, everybody, sometimes we drop our nose or our end or our tackle. They could be dropping on a certain call. So where do I drop to? What's my job? If it is a pass, we also have to have pass rush integrity. You know, make sure we have all the lanes covered. Don't give that quarterback an easy out as far as that goes. All right. So this is a redirect drill. Okay, we do this every day as well. And again, this is where we start with our D-line, okay, before we start doing a lateral movement. But even with lateral movement, we're going to have to move one way and then change direction and go the other. Okay, so you're seeing a drill here, one of the best D-line coaches in the country, okay? We're getting off the football and we're reacting, okay? You see him attack the line of scrimmage. You see the coach right here. Okay, he takes a step. Okay, Coach Johnson takes a step. They're all reacting to his movement. They're seeing it with their eyes. And what we're doing, we're getting our guys to start to learn muscle memory, to see my key and react to my key. And then watch how they all react flat. The reason the garbage cans are here, and we do the same thing with our guys, okay, is the garbage cans are here as the O-line's heels. And we're running the chase technique. We want to run at their heels. We don't want to have fish hooks or bends. We want to get our feet in the ground and go straight down that line. And you'll watch these guys. They're pretty good, all right? Attack the line of scrimmage, get flat. Get flat. Pretty good job. Then react to it. Okay, just a redirect drill. All right, here's another one. Again, you see the football's in the drill again. We have a football in there. Okay, football simulates a snap. Okay, they react to coach. Get off the football, keep your pads down, and see how they turn the corner. Very important how you turn the corner. That's a big deal. All right. Here's a couple from the film now. All right, so you're going to see us right here. We're going to be working to our right. It's a rip call, so our D-line is going to work right. They're all working to their right. Okay, you can see right here, here's our D end. He's going to come here. The nose is going to go to A. Okay, and our tackle, who's in a 4, is going to work to B gap. Let's watch these three guys on this play. Okay, we'll start right here. Okay, it's a right call for us on defense. This is our defensive end right here. Here's our D end. Okay, not a very good Eve. That's our D end right there. Okay, he's going to be working to his right on that tackle. Let's see what his key does. All right, his key bases him. So he's going to train wreck that block. You see how he train wrecks it? Okay, gets into him, creates separation, find the football. That's a pretty good job. Our nose guard, okay, in the middle. He's working to his right. Okay, not a great first step by our nose. Should have a little more of a lateral lead. Doesn't use his hands at all. Okay, he got better as it went on, but this is the first year he was in the system, so he had always used this chicken wing, as you can see there. You want to use your hands, attack, create separation. He could even rip this gap. Okay, but he steps, he bases. Okay, but he's in his gap. He is causing disruption right now. All right, so pretty good job by him. And then let's watch our D tackle on the backside. Okay, you're going to see him right here. Here's our D tackle on the backside. Okay, he's going to step with his right foot. Okay, he's stepping to his gap. What happens here is they're pretty tight on him, but he stays in the B gap. Excellent job. You see him right there, how he stayed in the B gap. That is really good football by him. This is on the linebackers. The D-line fit this perfectly. Our D-line are all in their gaps, right? Here, he's in C gap. He's in A gap. He's in B gap. This guy right here, okay? We got to get our backers to fit now and fit in the right gaps. We got everybody taken, all right? And here comes our pitch player. So we're good here on this play. The linebackers just got to do their job. So it gets back to, again, doing your job. But right here, the D-line, this is great film for D-line. All right, one more time. And you also see the push-pull here by our D-tackle. You're going to see him right here. The D-tackle is going to push-pull, okay, on this guy to fight himself into his gap and escape in his gap. Right there. I don't like his leverage, all right? He's not a very tall player, okay, and he stands straight up. But he's strong enough, and he uses his hands well enough that he beats this combo block and gets through there. All right, here's another one, okay? Want to watch the nose on this, okay? He's going to make a lateral lead. This is a good first step. I wanted to show this, okay? See his first step? That's pretty good. Now, it's maybe a little bit too big of a step. We're going to go to our right here, okay? You're going to see his right foot, okay? He's going to move to the right. Okay, but he gets through there and gets skinny. All right? Got some pressure on the quarterback. And that's all we want, right? If we get pressure on the quarterback, make him throw the ball before he wants to throw it. Okay, throw the ball off. He's throwing the ball off balance right there a little bit. He's not on platform. Okay, that's what we want. Force him to make those kind of throws. But again, it comes down to technique. You're going to see him right here. Lateral lead with the right foot. Rip. And we got in the quarterback's face. That's good stuff right there. All right. So we're going to talk about keys and initial responsibilities now for the D-line. So there's 6 basic keys our D-line has to learn. Okay, this is universal. Everybody's pretty much the same on all these, but these are the main 6 we're going to work on in the off season, during camp, every day when practice. We're working on these all the time. Okay, whether you have a bag, it's on air, with just 2 guys out there with no pads on. I mean, the best is going to be with pads on, and then obviously we'll go against O-linemen eventually too. So we're both working on our techniques. All right, but a base block, reach, down, combo block by 2 linemen, or a double team, a pull away from us, and then pass. We get a pass look. So we're going to run through all 6 of those right now. All right, so first one, a base block. My key is going to attack me. So whether I'm lateral leading to a side, I'm getting based by that guy, or I'm attacking up the field and the guy I'm lined up on, my key comes at me right now. Okay, I want to train wreck that block. Okay, I'm going to get my hands on his chest. Okay, in the V of the neck, I'm going to attack. We talk about getting a great collision and creating separation with our hands. That way I can get off the block, as you saw in that one clip just a minute ago. Okay, press, pull, and get off of it. All right, here's a couple examples. Okay, just using the one-man sled. You can see how they're violent with their hands. Okay, they attack and they lock it out. Okay, that's really important. I want to get to that point. I want to get my arms extended, right? Collision, separation, so I can get off. You see how they rip off. Really, really good. Okay. Here's a few plays from a high school game. We're going to watch up top here. I'm going to watch these 2 guys watch the tackle first. Base block. Excellent job. You see how he kind of slides off of it, number 55 right here. He takes on the base block. He slides off of it, okay, into his gap. Excellent job. Excellent job. Bam, get off. Gets that O-lineman off of him and gets out in on the play. We're also going to watch the D end of that side, number 2. Okay, he attacks his key. Bam, get him off, get involved in the play. Really good football right there. Really, really good. All right, the next one, we're going to run through all 6 of these, okay? Reach block. Okay, now my key tries to get his head in front of me to reach me out of my gap. It's a fast flow play usually, so they're trying to get me to my gap. Okay, we want to use a great get off, number 1, okay, to attack that gap and not allow ourselves to get reached. If I am lateral leading that way and they're reaching the same way, he shouldn't be able to beat me. We're both stepping the same way. I now want to get vertical into his shoulder and get penetration in the backfield. If our guys do get reached, we don't want them to run to the sideline. Okay, we want them to actually just get vertical and force that running back to have to bubble a little bit more. If that running back just runs downhill, that's not good for our defense. It makes it hard on the guys behind them to figure out where to fit and make plays. So again, in the perfect world, I'm going to beat that reach block. Okay, I'm going to get my hat into my crack. So if I'm the end here and this is my gap to the left of the tackle, I'm going to get my hat into that gap and I'll play my gap and do my job. But if I get reached and he overtakes me, I want to get pressed vertical now, okay, and try and press that lineman into the running back if I can. All right, let's watch a couple of these. All right, here we go. Okay, one thing you're going to see here, they're going to try and cut our nose guard. That's another reach technique by O-lineman. Okay, if you watch the nose guard in the middle, okay, you're going to see they're going to try and reach him. Does a good job of staying low, using his hands, then get up and run flat. Okay, they're trying to reach this is a left call. So this is our D tackle over here. Okay, he's in a 4-eye or a 5. Okay, they're trying to reach him. He's going to do a good job of ripping through that gap. Okay, and being where he's supposed to be. Now, he doesn't make the play, but he's in the right place. And that's what it's all about. Forcing that ball to cut back inside to where our help is. Okay? Not a great fit by the backer there, which why it ends up being a big play for them. 6-7 yards. Got to do a better job on that. Here's a tight view of it. Okay, now if you watch number 30 right here, our D end, it's a left call. So here's the D end. Okay, he's always kind of lined up inside eye on that guy because he knows we're kind of moving to the right here, and the play is going right. Okay, I got to be able to get separation on this play and get flat right now. Right now, if I'm number 30, I'm going to just put my left hand into that guy's chest, okay, and propel myself down the line of scrimmage. I'm a B-gap chase player, so I can run to the football. I don't have any contained responsibilities except go get the football. And it's fast flow, so I should be running anyways down the line of scrimmage flat. Just like that drill you saw on the redirect, it's the same concept. Okay, my nose guard, you can see, he kind of sprawled out a little bit. The most important thing, if you ever get cut in high school, is remember to keep your eyes and your hands on your key till you beat the block. I think one issue a lot of times guys have, even in college football, is they want to try and play the block and find the running back and make the tackle. You got to beat the block first before you can make a tackle. So we talk about that all the time in block defeat, of beating the guy that's on us before I run to the football. Okay, let's watch our D end again, 56. Okay, you're going to see his steps are not very good, right? So I'm not happy about my guy's steps. He should be stepping out first with his right foot, lateral lead to your gap, right? And again, that's why we have a tight stance. So when we take that first step, okay, so this is my feet. If I take my first step, I still have a solid base. If I start with a solid base and take a step, now I have no power, no base, okay? So I like his stance. I like to see him just get this step out first, and then left foot vertical, the second step vertical, and rip that gap. But he gets the good rip here, as you'll see. A little bit high, all right? But I want him to rip that gap and run the circle. If he's lower there, if 56 is lower here, he can rip that gap, run that circle, and that gap becomes shorter. But because he's high and kind of works outside, this guy gets a push on him, and now you create a gap there. We don't want to have this seam right here, right? We don't want that seam. We want to keep that seam tight. If everybody does a good job in their gap, it makes it easier for the backers here to make their plays and make their tackles. Or for us, wherever that ball goes. We treat it as like a dam, right? There's always different places the water can go. If there's a hole in the dam, it's going to find that hole. You got to be in your hole and make your play. All right, here's a reach on sprint out. Okay, we're going to look at the D end right here. We're going to watch this right here. Okay, again, great get off by the defensive end. He attacks the outside shoulder. This is a high school kid, all right, high school game. Look at that explosion off the football. That O lineman's trying to reach him, all right, but he can't get there, okay? But the reason the D lineman wins is his get off. See how he gets off, attacks him, all right? These are just everyday skills you work on. Great first step. Look at that first step. First step replaces his hand, gets into the O lineman's the V of his neck. Collision, separation, beats two guys, puts pressure on the quarterback. Okay? Big time play. Big time play. That's what we want though. Okay, he realizes it's a sprint out, so now he's going to keep working outside and get pressure on the quarterback. All right, moving on. Okay, a down block. So now I'm lined up on my key. My guy goes down inside. So now I know one of two things is going to happen in today's world. Okay, one is I'm going to get trapped. Okay, there's going to be a trap coming. Somebody's coming to block me, whether it's a guard, could be an H-back from the other side. Okay, someone's coming to either trap me or kick me out, depending on what position I play. If I'm a nose guard, it could be whamming me, right? Other thing that can happen is it's zone read, or option, where my key is down and I have to tackle the dive. Either way, I have to now try and get my hand to my key and try and pull myself down inside, because now I have to go in there and make a play. All right, very, very important for our defense that we're good at this. And again, this is back to changing direction drills, okay, and understanding what my key is doing. As soon as my key is down, I got to be down too. All right, so if I'm the defensive end, and let's say the ball's inside, I'm the left defensive end, and I'm lined up on the tackle, and let's say we're moving left here, we're going Liz call. Okay, I'm taking a left step. My tackle goes down. I have to now redirect back inside immediately, because now my key just left. I have to fall back inside. Okay, so that's something we have to coach over and over and over again. And it takes 2-3 years for kids to understand this concept. It really does. Okay, it's not going to happen overnight, because it has to be a natural reaction for them with muscle memory. All right, you've heard of trap the trapper. Okay, that's the same concept we're doing here. All right, as far as that goes. So let's go watch a couple of these. All right, we're going to watch up top here. Okay, right, we're watching our backer coming off the edge. Okay, he's going to spill this guy. You can see, here's his key. This is our Sam. He goes down. I'm coming. I got to go down. I'm going to spill, just like that. Okay, the way I drew it on there. Let's watch it. Not bad, not bad. Now he's got to keep running his feet. His fit is right. His fit was perfect. And then we got the back to, we want that back to patter and have to bounce outside. If he kicks us out, he's running straight downhill. We're trying to eliminate that for all running backs to be able to run straight downhill on our defense, okay? But the big thing here for our outside backer, anybody spilling, okay, or attacking after a down block on a kick out, okay, we have got to get our pads down and run our feet and run the circle. Here's a tight view of it. See how he stops his feet on contact? Okay, he's in the right position. Now I got to run through that. Okay, that's where we talk about running the circle as well, which we'll get to today. Go attack it, run your feet on contact. You know, whether you're blocking, running, spilling a block, okay, when you make contact, your feet need to accelerate, okay, and be active on the ground. So that's something we talk about all the time. Okay, here's another one. Okay, now we're going to focus on our defensive end here. Okay, so here's our defensive end. Okay, his key goes down. All right, he's going to have to redirect and spill. Okay, a little too high, right? He'll get his pads down, have better leverage, but he's in the right gap. At least he's fitting the right place. We want him to make that play. He needs to make that play underneath that kick out by the guard. And it all works together because you notice with the pull, our backers are going to move, right? We all work together. Here comes the guy's pulling right here. As soon as he pulls, that's going to push our linebacker to here because he knows that our guy's job on a down block, okay, is the spill. So that's very important in the whole scheme of things. Okay? All right, a combo block or a double team. All right, so combo is the backside of a play, right? They're trying to run the ball away from us to the other side. They want to combo me to a backside guy, or they're running the ball at me and they want to double team me and get this one guy, my D end, if that's myself, okay? Combo the D end and work to the other backer. So on this, again, it's important that we attack our key, right, and hold our gap. We want to attack the guy on us. And as you guys probably already know, one of the biggest mistakes young guys make is they put their hands on both linemen. Okay, that's the worst thing you can do. You want to attack your key via the neck, one guy. Remember your basic principles and techniques we teach you from day one. That'll help you on a combo or double team. Okay, attack your key, have great leverage, have a great get off. Okay, and if you feel that double team or combo coming, we want to slide towards that guy. Our initial key is the guy we want to keep our hands on and keep our body to. All right, and we always talk about trying to get something between them because the O linemen are taught to get hip to hip. Right? If we can get an arm, or even our helmet or a shoulder pad between the two of them, they can't combo us. Now we're going to be in our gap. All right? We could not get driven down the field on this. And you've heard guys talk about falling down and all that kind of stuff. That's kind of a last resort for us. If you feel if you feel yourself getting driven down the field, you kind of fall down and make a pile. But at the end of the day, we don't want to make a living doing that. We want to have a great get off, attack our key, and be in our gap. All right? Let's watch a couple of these. This is going to be ISO away. We're going to watch number 55 right here. You can see him. This is 55. Okay, you're going to see ISO away from him. He's going to get a combo block. Great job with his hands. Feels like they're trying to cut him. Might be slightly illegal. All right, but he does a good job. He's in his gap. He's doing his job. Then he comes off. Look, he makes the play. Man, that's big time stuff right there. That's great stuff. Really good job by 55. Okay, take on the block. Use your hands. You can see too, his eyes right now, his eyes are down. Okay, don't peek too much, but he's in his gap. He's going to hold his gap, and he's going to come back and make a play. They're trying to combo off of him. That's an excellent job. Okay, let's talk about pull away. So I'm lined up, and my key pulls away from me. So now I'm going to have, there's two choices I have here. If I get a great get off, okay, and I can get on and I can chase that guy and this guy can't get to me, that's best case scenario, right? Get in his hip and chase him on his hip if I can, all right? If I can't, this guy usually takes a pretty good flat step to force me to that I can't chase him from behind because I'm going to make the tackle. So that means I'm going to have to cross face on this guy. So great get off, attack my key pulls. Right now, I got to get my eyes inside to that second guy. Where is he? What's his leverage? If I can stay on the hip, make the decision, I go for it. If I can't, now I have to attack, cross face, right, and work back to get back involved in the play. All right? So chase, butt, and press, great. Right? That's what that basically what that means. Okay? So I'm going to get over the top of this and run and make a play from the backside. Okay, here's counter tag. We're going to watch here. You're going to watch number 90. Okay, right here, we're watching number 90. He has a great get off, right? Good get off. He attacks his key. His key pulls, right? So he's going to have to push that guy back into the hole. And eventually then I want to get across that guy's face. Okay, you're going to see 44 here. This is where it gets back to understanding what your job is. Okay, my key pulls away from me. Okay, what is my job? What's my responsibility? Well, he has to contain, right? He has to contain in this defense. Whenever they're playing, he's a contained player, so he doesn't chase it. Okay, if he didn't have contain, he would go underneath that guy and chase right now and get flat. Right now, my key's pulling, get flat, go make the play. All right? If I don't have contain. That's why I gotta know my job. It gets back to asker, A-S-K-R. Why is that important? What's my job in our defense? All right, the good old pass set. You know, we talk about getting up the field, having a great get off, transferring into a pass rush mode. Once I see I got a high hat. Also knowing what it is pass rush down, okay? Third and long, second and long. Understanding our opponent. If they're in 10 personnel and they're a heavy pass team, these are things we got to know as D linemen. We can cue them from the sideline with our D line coach with certain words that let them know, hey, it's a pass down. So now I want to be ready to rush the passer. Okay, we always want to rush half the man. Okay, on the O lineman and work a shoulder, force him to move his feet. It's all about leverage. Okay. We want our guys to have one good pass rush move and one good counter. Okay? That's really what it's about for our guys. All right? I want to beat him with speed if I can. You're going to see counter at the level here. If I get to the level of the quarterback and I haven't beaten him, now I will cross his face, okay, and come to the quarterback's level. Counter at the level. That's the basic stuff we work on with pass rush. So watch a few of these. Okay, you're going to see here, we're going to watch our edge rush first. Okay, it's the guy coming off the edge. It's actually one of our linebackers just playing D-end on pass down. Okay, just does a good job of running the edge. Running back doesn't get to him in time. Okay, knocks the hand down. It's just the dent rip technique right here. Dent rip, run the circle, strip sack. Okay, you work on that stuff all the time, and then you actually get in the game. It's pretty cool. So that's a dent rip, run the circle with a strip sack. Perfect. Okay. Okay, we're moving left here, but what I want to show is our first steps aren't very good, and it hurts us in our pass rush, right? So 55, he should be stepping with his left foot. Okay, we're lateral leading to our left. It's a Liz call. Same with this guy. We should be stepping left. We get high hat, transfer into pass rush mode. Okay, use our hands. Get his hands off, okay, and get a push. This is common for high school players. That's why I want to show it to you guys on the film. All right, if you watch the defensive end here, this is a common thing they do. When they go with a pass rush, they put both their hands on the lineman. So essentially, they're blocking themselves. I would love to block you, right? Because you're blocking yourself. Don't do that. Attack half the man, right? Club rip, dent rip, stay in a gap. As soon as you go right down the middle of a guy, you're losing all your advantage. Plus, you only have so much time to get to the quarterback, right? That ball's going to be out at a certain amount of time. Now, they're all bull rush techniques. We do not want our edge guys using bull rush. Okay, unless the running back is sitting right in front of the quarterback, yeah, sure, then you can go run through the back into the quarterback. Okay, bull rush is really more for our nose guard in the interior of the defense. But you outside guys, we should be working our moves, okay, in reaction to what our key does, flipping our hips, and all those things we work in the off season and utilizing them in a game. Okay. All right, so screen. Get a great pass rush. Okay, all of a sudden the guy just kind of lets me go. Right, we talk about a lead dog principle. So that means the first guy in the dog pound who's getting to the quarterback, he's going to keep going to the quarterback. But if I'm running to the quarterback and I see a guy in front of me, I'm going to put the brakes on, and now I'm going to change direction and go find that screen wherever it is. All right, we all know what screen is. Quarterback gets the ball, 1, 2, 3, and then he starts to fade. Right? The other part of that is we got to smell a rat. I tell my guys sometimes, you're not that good. You're really not. Like, that guy, you didn't just beat that guy that badly. He let you go. Right? So you got to understand that. When they let you go and let you slide off or give you half a shoulder, all right, you got to understand something's up. We got to be ready to retrace our steps and redirect to the football. Let's watch a couple of these here with screen. And also draw. Okay, no different on draw. Draw on screen. We're going to retrace our steps to where we came from and redirect and try and find that football and make a play. The D-line has got to redirect on draw on screen. We need you guys to make that play because our backers and our secondary are dropping for pass. They got high hat, just like you did. They're thinking pass. There's separation there. They're going to come attack it, but you guys are going to run it down from behind. You're going to get fumbles, big hits, if you hustle and take good steps. All right, so here is a screen. Pretty good job here by the nose guard. Again, the nose guard's usually the first guy that can smell a screen, okay? Right here he is. You're going to see him attacking it. He feels him sliding off. If he sees the quarterback starting to fade, there it is. That's a screen. Those are screen steps by a quarterback. Okay, the nose guard comes off, redirect. Pretty good job. And he makes the tackle. Look at that. It's awesome. Now their tackles stay on, so really the two DNs don't realize that it's a screen. The only thing I would say is 44 should realize here in the bottom, okay, my guy down here in the bottom should realize this guy is really kind of letting him go. So he should realize that, hey, there's something going on here. Right? He's letting him go inside. They don't let you go inside. Okay, something's up. Right now you gotta put the brakes on and find the football. But right now, in a perfect world, number 90 would realize, okay, I'm not the closest guy to the quarterback. There's other guys closer. So now I'm going to put my left foot in the ground, okay, and I'm going to redirect in the line and go find the football, not just chase the quarterback. See, he's late there, and he rounds it off. If you watch number 90's footwork here, he's late to react, and he rounds off the reaction. Here's a redirect drill. Okay, another key thing. I've always coached turn. You want to turn to the football. So if I'm rushing up the field. I go club rip. All of a sudden I see it's draw inside of me. I want to open back towards where the ball is. Okay, I want to draw. Good redirect here. Great get off. Make a pass rush move. We got a high hat. Redirect. I like using the cage here because it forces them to have great leverage, as you see. They got to have great leverage, or they're going to hit the screen, obviously. Good stuff. Here's another one. Again, great get off. Okay, one thing I like to make these guys do is do a pass rush move. So as I come off the football, we're doing a screen drill or a draw, make a pass rush move, whatever that is. If it's club rip, if it's dead rip, whatever it is, what my move's going to be. And on pass rush, you always have to have one in your mind. Okay, we always tell our guys, you got to have a pass rush move in your mind before the snap. Don't just make it up as you go because you're going to get screwed up. All right, it doesn't work. So have an idea. If it's pass this play, know what you're going to do on the pass. Okay, once you get screen, I'm going to redirect. Again, great get off here. Every drill for D-line has a football in it. As you can see, there's a football there. Okay, great get off, pass rush move, then redirect. Bam, put the foot in the ground. And the other thing you can see here is the angle, right? This is very, very important. Okay, the angle of departure. They're not running flat. Okay, they are putting the foot in the ground. Okay, and they are running almost on a 45 back to the line of scrimmage, right? They're coming back towards the line of scrimmage. They're going where the ball is going to be, not where it is. Okay, very important. All right, a couple more. This is a chase technique. I want to show us a couple of these here. Okay, so on a chase technique, remember, the ball's going away from me. I'm number 90. I'm going to get flat down the line of scrimmage. Let's watch him right here. All right, we got flow away. Good job by 90 right there. He stays on the heels of the O-lineman. Okay, maybe he's a tad deep here, right? But he stays flat. If he rounds that off or gets deeper, he never makes the play, right? So we preach that to our guys. You've got to get flat down the line of scrimmage. Okay, his key pulls. They're trying to down block on him from the outside. Okay, but again, his key tells him where to go here. He should make this play, right? He should make this play all day long. Okay. In conclusion for D-line, okay, philosophy-wise, we got to take pride in our fundamentals, okay? We got to work on them every day, and you got to master what you're doing and be really, really good at what you do. Okay, it's all muscle memory. Great get off, attack the V of the neck, great use of your hands, get off blocks, okay? But also it's important to be in your gap, We can't have guys jumping out of their gaps and doing their own thing. We are a gap sound defense. So when we're lateral leading, okay, you got to be able to react to what your key does. That's very important from day one. We always talk about our guys is talk about the O-line is going to move, right? They move too on the snap. They're not going to stand there like bags, you know, or like garbage cans like we do in walkthrough, okay? So we got to understand my key can change on the snap, and where I'm going can change. I have to be very good at changing direction and redirecting. So in the off season, okay, you spend a lot of time as a D-line working on redirect drills, your hips, jumping rope. These are things that as a defensive lineman in this defense you've got to be able to do. That's why it doesn't matter. You don't have to be 300 pounds. You have to be able to change direction. You got to be in the weight room, okay? Because if you play with great leverage and you have really good feet and you play as hard as you can and you play your butt off, okay, we're going to be all right, okay? But for us, it's all about that consistency every day in practice and the D-line bringing the energy, the dog pound for us, bringing the energy to our defense.